Welcome back to the Central Plains Visual Report. We kind of got started in Longview this past 2 months, and they had a Texas Legends Pro-Am, which paired up legends from the PGA Tour and just professional ranks at the clubs with amateurs in the Longview and Piney Woods area. Just a great way to kind of support the efforts of the chapter. They involve their kids really strongly through caddies, through hitting golf balls at the demonstration. And of course, you see there Lee Trevino gave a clinic prior to the actual tournament, and he raised $10,000 via his foursome. So great outcomes and great experience for that Piney Woods chapter. Headed up to Chicago for Beep Week, which was great. Had an opportunity to see how impactful that week is, and it included a board engagement. And I didn't get a kiss, but I did get a ride, but on the train en route to the Ryder Cup. But a great mini network meeting. Pretty exciting stuff, and look forward to our territory meetings in March in Phoenix. Headed back down to Fort Worth, and as you can see, there's their new facility, and they do a wonderful job. I had a chance to see their programming on Saturday following a fundraiser that they had, and they had 7 classes taking place at one time, and they reach over 300 participants every Saturday. So just amazing stuff, and these are shots of the leadership taking on. And the one thing they do a great job in is developing golfers. I mean, even in the midst of the life skills curriculum, they really get a good focus on the golf skills and have a good engagement. I just want to take you on a little hard hat tour as they're building their Ben Hogan Learning Facility. That's the entrance, and these are the windows looking out from the entrance, which are great. Look at all these oak trees, and just an amazing facility, structurally, visually, but all the resources, that being the basement, they allow them storage of over 1,000, I think 1,800 square feet. Looking back out to the putting green, the chipping green, that's Kevin Long. This is the view from inside, looking out, just amazing views. That being the learning room, this being kind of just the side wall that structurally I think is appealing. And then that kind of barn-like feel of that down-home, Cowtown, Texas proud Fort Worth area. So just a little tour of what's coming. They'll be opening up in December, so looking forward to that day as well. I headed up to Tyler, Texas for an SP2O curriculum. On the way, I stopped in Hearne, Texas. It was interesting. I'd seen it before, but it was just a number of barbecue joints everywhere you looked. And this is a shot of, I think, 5 within maybe 3 blocks of each other. So I guess barbecue is key there. But this was heading into Caldwell Gymnasium for the 2.0 training. It was really neat. In this instance, we had Benna Cawthorn and Sherry Matthews, in addition to Lana Peterson, delivering the training in Atlanta. Did a great job with that, and then Benna and Sherry were on hand to kind of get feedback and kind of get acclimated to what 2.0 looks like. And you can see the teachers engaged and involved in the training. This is probably the reason why we don't have middle school programming. The clubs are too small, but the teachers did relatively well in terms of taking in all the information in a short period of time. And I know that they're excited, and as we originally talked about, potentially sharing the equipment, they're all looking forward to purchasing their own via PTAs, and we've already seen that take place, and other opportunities. So great engagement and great job by the team. And this is me with Mr. Sue Parson. Her father was on hand, and had a chance to meet him, which was neat. Headed back down to San Antonio the very next day to catch back up with Diedrich. He did a wonderful training that allowed, it was chapter training similar to what the assistant coach training used to be, and it allowed the Greater Austin chapter and some of their new coaches, as their first tee coach departed earlier this year, to get them up to speed and engaged and acclimated to the curriculum and the philosophy. It also allowed the San Antonio chapter, who's going to do a great amount of expansion via program locations. They're adding 3 program locations via the municipality nonprofit that runs those golf courses. So they're going to have great expansion, and Deidre did a great job of kind of giving them a feel, and they all walked away with some very good feedback, related to, man, this will change my outlook, the way I'll approach teaching, the way I'll approach communication with others as well as my children, etc. So just a great 6-hour engagement, and very pleased that he could come and do that for them. I made this long drive to Pineville, Louisiana. It was my last. I drove through a lot of towns. I actually drove through a lot of drive-throughs to get to my last cluster meeting. And this is just some shots from the best practices, but it was great. It was on the heels of turning in their strategic plans and then turning in their chapter phase 4 goals. And so the discussion was very much centered around those documents and their tactics and strategies for achieving them. So it was really great. But just a busy month. I'm low on budget, so I'm doing a lot of driving. I wish I had a TDI diesel Volkswagen at this point, but I don't. So I'll see the fence at some time and hit a wall. But thank you all for your engagement and have a wonderful month. See you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ryder Cup, this is a much bigger get than the 2016 Olympics.
Oh, yeah, screw that.
Yeah.
Good riddance, IOC.
Yeah. What a bunch of nimrods. What were they thinking? Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro.
Chicago's got 6-pound pizzas, hot dog salads, and it's beautiful for 5 days in June.
Absolutely.